You guys want to know what the meaning of life is? You have to understand that the meaning of life is something that you make. You make a reason about it, and when you make a reason about anything around life, what happens is you start talking words. And now those words create meaning. And now whatever you put your words to, or whatever you talk out of your mouth, means that you're creating some kind of meaning around life. So in order to really get somewhere with what you're thinking about, or with what you want out of life, you have to realize it's much more about communicating much more on a daily basis, so that you can figure out exactly what the meaning of your life is. So the only way to do that is to really speak words. So when you speak words, then you can do anything. You can go any place you want to go. You can do whatever you want to do. You can achieve whatever you want to achieve. Do you know why? I understand, because it's in the power of your tongue. In a sense, so your tongue and your words, okay, manifest everything that comes true. So in order for you to really dwell upon a better life for yourself, you have to speak better words. You have to speak words instead of that. And you have to understand that if you stick to the words, if you really understand how to actually never do anything other than speak words, I promise you, if you just stick to speaking words, I promise you, if you just stick to speaking words, what happens is you start to vibrate on a different level. You start to actually manifest your dreams. You start to actually see much better. You start to actually do much better in all areas of your life, because you're planning forward. And the way you plan forward is you speak words. So if you stick to every single day communicating as much words into the planet as possible, what happens is this creates a lot of success for yourself. And it creates a lot of success in all areas of your life, because that's what words do. You have to understand that the more words you speak, the more you have a plan, but the more you have goals and the more you have dreams in your life. In a sense, so if you want to achieve anything worthwhile, you have to speak words. You have to understand, you have to start with your voice. You have to start with yourself. You have to start with the person you are today. You have to start speaking your experiences into the world, because when you speak a lot of experiences from yourself into the world, I promise you, what happens is people get your experience that's coming from you, and you have to understand that way you're helping people in a different way, but you're also contributing to the planet in some kind of way. Do you know why I can manifest my dreams? Because I can speak the words, and when I speak the words of everything, then I understand exactly what to do exactly in terms of life, while moving myself forward to make sure that I'm taking one step at a time through every single word I speak. In a sense, so when I speak words, what happens is a miracle happens in my life, and I promise you, lots of miracles I create daily through the words I speak. Because you have to understand that all you're really trying to do in life is make common sense, and the more common sense you make, the more successful you are. I promise you, all you take into this world and all you have in this world is your knowledge. You understand? I promise you. So the thing is that with knowledge, you must always give knowledge. Give more knowledge than you take. You understand? Try to be the giver of life. Try to give so much information out there about you, but also try to be much more, not in the spotlight, but try to stand out. Try to actually differentiate yourself amongst people, so that you're unique, so that you have a certain perspective that you can give to other people, so that you can help other people. That's the whole point of life. You see, guys, if you want to make a difference in life, you have to speak words. I promise you, there's nothing that fuels me in life more than words. I promise you, words, in terms of speaking words, fuels me the most. So, for example, I can't even do anything in my life. I can't do anything in life if I don't speak words. So, my words actually vibrate on a different level. And you have to understand that because I vibe on a different level with my words, then I have the power to manifest whatever I want in my life because of the words I speak. You understand? So the words are so powerful if you want to do something to help your life to succeed. You understand? So you have to understand that the more you speak words, the better for you. The more you're going to be able to realize life, the more you're going to be able to be confident, the more you're going to be able to communicate, the more you're going to understand exactly how to help people. And that's the whole point of living a great life. You understand? So you have to realize that if you want to be kind, you have to speak words. If you want to make sure that other people have peace and quiet or anything in life, you have to speak the words of that. You understand? You see, guys, if you want to touch anybody with your words, then that's what you must do. You must touch people with your words. You must be able to inspire people with something that you say. You understand? You want to be someone that other people go to for help. You understand? They want to come up to you. They want to be able to read from you. They want to be able to get your thoughts. They want to get your opinion. You understand? Because you stand out in some kind of way. You understand? Because you are unique in some kind of way. You have different experiences in life. And because you have different experiences in life, you can help people with those experiences. You can express yourself and your nature every single day. You can do something that other people are not doing. You understand? You can vibrate on a different level. You can do something that's totally different that other people are not doing. You understand? And because the thing is about life, that you understand your words, that you understand exactly what you're saying, and that you help out as much as possible. You understand? That's the whole point of living the best life that you can live, but also being able to manifest things in your life, which is something that you have to do. You have to be able to manifest life the way you want it. You understand? You have to understand that you're creating your life on a daily basis, and your success is going to determine based on how many words you speak. You understand? So your success is determined by how many words you speak in this life. If you speak more words, you'll get more smarter. If you speak more words, then you'll get much healthier. Then you'll also vibrate on a better level. You'll be able to do things that other people are not doing. You'll be able to realize things that other people have not realized because you're speaking more words than them. That's why I'm saying that whatever circumstance you find yourself in, remember, speak positive words about everything that you are going through. You understand? Because the thing is that negative thinking and negative words are not going to get you far in life. You understand? So you have to be always consistently speaking positive words into the planet. You understand? You have to be consistently being positive about every situation that you find yourself in. You understand? Because when you find yourself positive, then you find yourself much happier. You find yourself that you're vibrating on a better level. You understand? You're doing much better than yesterday in something. You understand? Even though you are not, let's say, fully the best you can be, but you are the best you can be in some area of your life. I know that for sure. You understand? So what you need to realize is there's always a common interest in what you say. You understand? So if you have something to say, then say it. But make sure you don't spray it. You understand? What that means is don't spit while you talk. You understand? Try to hold in your spit, try to hold in your saliva while you're speaking to people, and don't spit in their face while you talk to them. You understand? That's something that's a common interest. That's something that's really, let's say, helping people in some kind of way. In a sense, so you have to realize that's helping yourself to have a positive image as well. In a sense, so that's what life is all about. It's all about having a positive image, making sure that you're looking at life from different perspectives, making sure that you're doing something that you've never done before. Yes, and trying to expand your comfort zone in some kind of way. And you have to realize something about adrenaline, for example. You have to understand why people do drugs. For example, they smoke cigarettes, they drink caffeine, they do heroin, they do drugs, for example, because they want to get adrenaline. Yes, and adrenaline, what happens is when adrenaline happens in your life, okay, when it happens to your body, when you have adrenaline pumping through you, okay, what happens is this increases your heart rate, okay, and because it increases your heart rate, then you are more at risk for a heart attack, okay, because adrenaline is always pumping through you. Yes, and so when people come off the drug, what happens is they find themselves not having this adrenaline anymore. Yes, and because they don't have the adrenaline, they've calmed down now. Yes, and they've calmed down. They've got to a better level, but the thing is that they don't feel normal anymore. You know why? Because these people are living in a state of adrenaline. Yes, and because they're living in a state of adrenaline, as soon as they come off the peak or the high, which is the adrenaline, then they feel that life is not normal for them anymore. Yes, and that somehow they're not living, let's say, really good. You understand? Because all they've come to know is that their body must be always pumping adrenaline. You understand? So you have to realize that as soon as they come off the drug, or as soon as they become some people in terms of life where they start to, let's say, get off the high, what happens is they start to feel much better about themselves, but the thing is that they start feeling not normal again. Yes, and they feel that something's off, that something's not working, that something in their body is telling them fear, fear, fear. Do you know what fear is? Fear is when your body is always in constant adrenaline. When your body is much more high blood pressure, okay? When your body has high blood pressure, okay? What happens is you're always in a constant state of fear, okay? But the lower your blood pressure, the better, okay? You have to realize that the lower your blood pressure, the less fear you're going to have in life. So you have to realize that some foods cause high blood pressure, like salt, sugar, or energy drinks, or any kind of soft drinks out there cause high blood sugar, okay? And you have to realize that not just blood sugar, but high blood pressure as well. In a sense, so stay away from the salts out there, stay away from soft drinks, stay away from any type of drug in the planet, like caffeine or cigarettes or any kind of drug, because drugs don't help you feel good. Okay, drugs make you feel always in a constant adrenaline rush. Okay, it makes your heart rate much faster, and because your heart rate's going and pumping at a unnormal rate, okay, which is faster than before, then what happens is the more fast your heart beats and beats and beats, the more you are going to suffer a heart attack in your life. You have to be careful about drugs, especially be around people who don't do drugs, okay? And the first thing you have to realize is that you have to stay away from more people in life. Do you know why? Because other people tend to raise your blood pressure. You understand? Because they expect things from you, they demand things from you, and because they demand things from you, this puts you in some kind of stress. You understand? Or like, for example, your kids might want you to wash their clothes, or your parents might want you to go to the shops to get them something. I promise you. So this is all raising your blood pressure because other people are demanding things from you. You understand? 9 to 5 job, for example, demands a lot from you. You understand? And it raises your blood pressure. Okay. When you work a 9 to 5 job, it raises your blood pressure because you always have to wake up on time. You have to get to work. You have to always make sure that you're nice to the boss. You have to always make sure that you're not going to lose your job, for example. And this is always keeping you in a constant state of fear. You understand? So make sure you do things in life that doesn't keep you in the fear state. Make sure you do things like, for example, speak as many words into the planet as possible, or make sure that you become vegan, or stay away from the drugs, or be able to meditate in your life. Try to actually meditate with yourself. Try to actually don't fall asleep. For example, yes, fall asleep when you have to, but make sure you understand that sometimes in your day you're so busy to even lay down on the bed and close your eyes and meditate. You understand that some people are so busy in life that they can't lay down on the bed and just meditate for 10 minutes. You understand? That's why, because there's so much happening in their life, that their blood pressure is constantly rising, okay? And because their blood pressure is constantly rising, these people feel that they can't lay down on the bed to meditate for 10 minutes of the day because they feel they don't have the time to. You understand? Because their body is not reacting that way. You understand? So, for example, you have to take time in your life to lay down sometimes, close your eyes, and just be able to meditate for 10 minutes and just be able to reflect upon your day, you know? And when you reflect upon your day, don't just do it before bedtime. Do it during the day sometime. Before work, just lay down, close your eyes, meditate for a bit. Don't rush. You understand? Don't be in a constant rush state. Don't be rushing anywhere. That's why in life, when you're doing something positive, okay, that's why it's going to help you to be happy. It's going to be happy, I promise you, it's going to be happening for you instead of against you, because you're in a constant state of happiness, because you're positive, because you're doing something that's appropriate, because you're making sure that you're lowering your blood pressure, that you're making sure that you're studying upon nutrition, that you're studying upon the heart, and also psychology, and your cardiovascular health, and also you're studying upon your physical body. Yes, and that's why people go to the gym, because they're studying their body, they're studying how to actually exercise while they're doing it. And because they're doing exercise, they feel good after exercise. Okay, but most people are unable to go to the gym. Do you know why? Because of their eating habits, and it's because of their diet, it's because of their sleep schedule. You understand? So for example, because most people can't go to the gym, okay, it's because of how they're sleeping, it's because of their diet, it's because of their schedule. You understand? So you have to make sure that you make time in your life to make sure that you're meditating more, so that you can go to exercise, so that you can go and be fit, so you can have the body you want. Yes, and so most people are doing, like for example, there are some people out there who are doing drugs, for example, and because they're doing drugs, they feel that they don't have to go to the gym. They feel that they don't have to exercise. Do you know why? Because they feel down on themselves, because they're doing drugs, because that's what's blocking them from going to exercise. You understand? So some people smoke cigarettes, for example, and because they smoke cigarettes, as soon as they start exercising, they fucking hate it. You understand? They hate exercising because they're smoking cigarettes. You understand? But if they let go of the cigarettes, if they let go of the caffeine, if they let go of the drugs, if they started sleeping better, if they started to eat better, then they're going to always find more time to be able to go to the gym. You understand? And that's why most people are blocking themselves from living a great life, you know? And it's really sad. You have to understand that some people are living a happy life to some extent, and I promise you, every single person on the planet is living a happy life to some extent. Even if they're in prison, you understand? Even if they're in jail for life, I promise you, some of those people who are in jail for life, I promise you, all of them are happy to some extent. You understand? They're happy to some extent. But make sure, that's why in life you have to always do something that's consistent with something that's healthy. You understand? Because when you're healthy, you just feel better on a day-to-day basis. You actually increase the quality of your happiness. Do you know why? Because you have this sense of meditation. You have this sense of peace. You have this sense of self-love, because you're just taking care of yourself. You're making sure that you're healthy. You're making sure that you're doing everything in your power to do a better job for yourself. And because that's momentum in moving forward, that when you're doing something on a consistent basis that's positive for your life, it builds confidence, and it builds also momentum to make sure that you keep going, and it builds motivation in your life. And you start to inspire yourself on a daily basis. You start to say, hey, I conquered all my fears. I'm not scared of anything. I can try and do anything in life now. I'm not afraid to exercise. I'm not afraid to shape up with my body. I'm not doing anything other than positive growth. In a sense, so you have to realize that when you are doing something that's so fantastic in your life, and when you're able to speak your mind, I mean, it's just a blast. It's one of those things in life where you're like a metaphorical state of equations. You know what I'm saying? Because the thing is that equations are life, and you have to realize that everything happens for a reason, okay? And because everything's happening for a reason, it's happening for you, you're just much better overall because of all that. You know what I'm saying? Because you have everything that you want in life. But you have to realize that everything you have in life is the word you speak. You know, saying there's nothing else that you do have. You know, saying you have to realize that everything that you're going to manifest in your life from now on is through the words you speak. You know, saying so you are poor because you speak poor. You are rich because you speak rich. You are someone in life who has that kind of bank balance in your life because of the word you spoke. You understand? So the thing is that you're always constantly creating your life. You understand? You're always constantly trying to do something in your life that's going to be beneficial. You understand? To some extent. So you have to realize that if you only ever try to topple yourself in ways that you're growing, and where you're actually doing something on a daily basis to make sure that you're stepping forward, as a leader, that you're stepping forward in a positive way, that you're making sure that humankind has something from you, like a gift, okay? And you have to understand that people need something from you, okay? They need your words, they need your opinion about life. You need to be able to make a YouTube channel, make a social media, and start really posting content, okay? Just start posting content. Do you know why? Because it's not what they're gonna learn from you, okay? It's more about what you're gonna learn from that process. You understand? So, for example, I created social media, and because I created social media, I created all this content, okay, that I never learned before, okay? And if it wasn't for me creating social media to post all this content online that I did, okay, then I would not be where I am today. I would not be as smart as I will not be as smart as the person I am today, and I definitely would not have this kind of life that I do have today. So you have to realize that because I went and did hours and hours of content, okay, hundreds of hours of content on YouTube and on social media, and I put most of my time into this, okay, most of my time went into making sure that I create as much content as I can for my personal growth, so that I can grow as a person, so that I can develop my attitude, so I can develop my soul, so I can develop my words, so I can develop my nature, so I can develop my personality, so I can develop my happiness, so I can develop creativity in life. So you have to realize that because I create a lot of things in life, like for example, I have the ability to be able to go in front of people now, to make music in front of them. I can also make seminars in front of people, and I can gift people with something. I have something to give. You understand? So when people come to me for answers, I deliver. You understand? I deliver them something that they never had. You understand? Because otherwise they would not have asked me that question. They would not have came up to me for that reason. You understand? So when people say, "Hey, can you teach me something?" Make sure that you are in a state where you can teach someone something. You understand? Because if you can't teach anyone anything, okay, then that would make you really stupid. You understand? So to be smart, you have to be able to teach people. You understand? You have to be able to teach your life to people. You have to be able to teach from your experiences. So the more advice you give into the planet, the more of a specialist you become, the more of an expert in something you become, and the more you have work to do. You understand? You have a lot of work to do in this planet, and if you're not doing work after 9 to 5 job, okay, if you're not consistently working on your business after you work the 9 to 5 job, then you have nothing to look forward to. You understand? Because you have no business. You understand? So what is your business in life? Is it family? Is it relationships? Is it friendships? Is it psychology? Is it sales? Is it something to do with spirituality? Okay? Or is it non-fiction or whatever? What is it? What's your business? It can be creating movies, it can be creating games, it could be creating something, okay, creating music, okay. So you have to find what is your business, what is your niche, and you have to deliver that content on a daily basis as much as you can, because that's what's going to pull you forward in life. And now it takes time. I realize everything takes time, okay, and time's not on your side. Okay, you don't know how long you're going to live for. You don't know exactly when you're going to die. So you have to realize that you have to leave something behind. Okay, if there's 3 words that other people can, let's say, remember you about, what will those 3 words be? Okay, so for example, you have to realize that in my life, I would love for people to remember me as a kind heart that I do have, and that I'm helping people, that I love to help people, and that I'm somebody of someone that can create something. So I would love to make sure that people remember me about the words I speak and everything that is happening in my life. Yes, and so you have to realize my life is a gift, and the more I give my life to people, the more I satisfy myself. In a sense, so I satisfy myself through giving. You understand? And the more I give, and the more I have to give, and the more I have to give in life, the better I feel about myself. I feel that I've done something. I feel I've helped the world in a new way. I feel I've done something that other people have not done. I feel a sense of accomplishment for this video program that I just made for you. I feel accomplishment through the words I gave you in this audio program. And I feel that I've done something. Do you understand? I feel a sense of gratefulness. I feel a sense of accomplishment, that I completed something in some kind of way. You understand? That I did something, that I didn't waste my time to do selfish things, that I didn't waste my time to do something that was just for me. Yes, and that I made sure that I became selfless in some kind of state, and that I gave something away with my time. Yes, and that I came here to do something to make sure I can help people. So how do I help people the most? The most way that I help people is through the words I speak. So I'm much better in speaking words than anything in my life. I can speak words with the best of them. Yes, and I can speak words of anybody. Yes, and there's no fear in my life about speaking the words from my mouth. I have no fear in speaking words. You understand? I also have no fear in making music, for example, because I'm a music producer and a life coach. So when I say that I'm a life coach, I study life. I study life. I study everything about life. You understand? From how to write things down, to how to meditate, to how to be spiritual, to how to live life, to how to read, to how to do anything about life. So for myself to do anything special for myself today, I make sure that the first thing I do to make sure that I become happy, I just go into my journal. I'll go into my journal, I start writing things down. And when I write things down like this, I start believing that I'm actually talking to somebody. Do you understand? Which is the case. Because everything that I write down goes online somewhere. Do you understand? And it's for the world to see. And I showcase my world in Mega Drive application. You understand? So under the video of this description in this video from YouTube over here, you have to realize that you're probably watching this on YouTube. If you click down on my description, you'll find my Mega Drive. I promise you, inside of that Mega Drive application, I have my journals. I have all the photos of myself. I have all the images of my life. I have all the videos and audio programs, all the quotes I've ever made. I have all the music I've ever made in my life. I showcase everything. Yes, and I try to showcase everything, and I try to go the free way as much as possible. So you have to realize that you don't need a lot of money to start working. You understand? I promise you, most people go 9 to 5 so that they can make a house for themselves, so that they can make kids for themselves, so that they can give it away, so they can give it all their work away. You understand? So you have to realize that's not the life that I want to live. I don't want to just make kids. I don't want to just have a wife. I don't want to just, for example, work a 9 to 5 job for the rest of my life and be on a pension. I don't want to be on a pension for the rest of my life. I don't want to, like, for example, you have to realize I want something more from that. I want the words I speak more than anything. You understand? I want more words that I speak than anything else in my life. So the words that I speak from my mouth are more important to me than my music, and it's more important to me than anything in life except God. You understand? But with God, for example, you have to realize that I look at God in the way that God's always helping, that God's always in my life, that God's always creating the world, that God's always doing something for me. You understand? I view God like that. But when I say God, I'm talking of a spiritual power. I'm talking about something that's higher than me. I'm talking about something that's really creative. There's something that's really happy in my life. You understand? So you have to realize that you have to talk about something greater than you. You understand? If you want to get to a greater place. So what's greater than you is the word you speak. Because the words you speak are always going to be here in this lifetime. I promise you, the word you speak is always going to be able to help people. You understand? Because the only thing that helps people in life is the words. I promise you, if you can give them the words for business, the words for advice, the words for everything, I promise you, these people will treasure you. I promise you, they'll treasure you because you gave them something. You gave them your word. You gave them your miracles. You gave them your sense of clarity. You gave them your sense of confidence. You gave them something to look forward to. Yes, and so when you look forward to things and when you speak your mind like this, like I am right now, I promise you anything opens up. I promise you everything's opening up for me. The more I speak words, the more I try to help people, the more I'm helping myself. And I see things from a new perspective that I've never seen before because I'm doing things that I've never done before. You understand? I'm making music that I've never made before. I'm making words that I've never made before in different sequences. You understand? I understand my words, okay? Words are always going to be the same. But the way you structure your sentences, okay, that's communication, okay? And the more you structure your sentences together in a different way, the more you're able to communicate, the more you're able to look forward to life, the more you're able to speak out on a daily basis. So what I'm saying is, you must look for opportunities in your life where you can speak words more. And when you find opportunities in your life where you can speak more words, that's what's going to open up your life. That's what's going to open up success in life, in your life. That's what's going to open up the door for your life. That's what's going to unlock different potentials in you. That's what's going to create your happiness. I just want you to understand this. Understand how to speak words. Understand that you are already an expert at speaking your words. And now, if you just stick to that, if you just stick to speaking words and make that your mission, I promise you everything's going to be in that path. I promise you everything that you want in life is at the door of speaking words. I promise you if you speak words more than enough, I promise you have more than enough. I promise you it's just that simple. Do you know why I'm speaking words to you right now? Because I'm desperate. I'm desperate for success. I'm desperate to help someone. I'm desperate to make sure that I can feel accomplishment in my life. That I can say when I die that I fucking did the most I could. That I did something beneficial for this world. That I left an impact on people in some kind of way. Even if people are not reading my content. I promise you I only have right now, I had 54 subscribers on YouTube. I now have 81 subscribers. Okay. But with that said, for my music page on YouTube, which is Danny Milivojevic Topic, I had no subscribers on that page. I have 332 subscribers now on that page. So you have to realize that my content is somehow inspiring people, okay? And because it's somehow inspiring people, then that's beneficial to this planet, okay? And then you have to realize something, that all the people from the past that ever seen me from before, okay, you have to realize that these people know, okay, these people know that I have a YouTube page. They know that I have an Instagram, that I have Spotify. I promise you they all know. And every single day I post more content online, regardless if they're watching me or not. They know I'm doing something. They know I'm happy in some kind of way. I'm showing all the images of myself. I'm branding myself nicely. I'm making sure that I show people the light, that I'm showing people something to look forward to. And people see that. People see there's a difference in Danny Milivojevic, that I'm doing something different that other people are not doing, that I'm somehow a social media star in their life. You understand? And now, most people on the planet who create a YouTube channel, I promise you, most people won't think of them as much. But in your area, I promise you, in your life, where you have, let's say, so-called friends, okay, in life, You have to realize that maybe you do have true friends in life who are actually there for you. But I promise you, if you killed someone, okay, they'll never be there for you. You just have to realize that if you went and killed a child, if you went and killed someone, all those friends that you know now in your life who are so-called friends, they will not come visit you in jail. They will not come visit you ever if you murdered anyone. You understand? So you have to realize who your true friends are. You're going to be there for you the most. You are your truest friend. So make sure you understand, don't rely on other people to be there for you. Don't rely on other people to do something for you. Don't expect people to do anything for you. You understand? Don't expect them because they're going to disappoint, okay? You have to realize that your family is the closest to you. Do you understand? And then it's friends, and then it's people outside who you never met. But you have to realize that sometimes your best friends are the strangers you meet in life. You understand? So you have to realize that no matter what happens, you have to always convince yourself to be able to talk more. And when you talk more, everything's possible. Everything that you ever want in your life is going to become possible. Do you understand? Because you believe in yourself. Because that's how you believe in yourself. You believe in yourself the most when you speak in words. You see, also you have to realize something, that when I do my audio programs, okay, you have to realize that I sometimes take a break, okay? I take a break, I pause the audio program, I go do something, for example, and then I come back to the audio program, I press unpause, I start recording again, and I start talking again, okay? So you have to realize that sometimes I don't do 1 hour programs laying down straight away, because I sometimes take pauses in my communication, and to reflect, to see what I'm about to say, to see something that I can help people with. Okay, so you have to realize that's why in this audio program especially, I've been pausing in my audio programs, okay, to be able to, let's say, to speak something later in a better time. So I'm always trying to help myself in a way that I'm doing something that's beneficial to myself, but making sure that I'm always helping myself to do something the best that I can, in terms of the best way that I can in my life. And the thing is that I don't know what I'm going to say next. You have to realize that words just come to me. And because I'm so, let's say, much better than yesterday now, when I speak words, for example, I understand exactly where I'm going to go with my communication, because the words are coming to me anyway. So I just have to speak more words, and then more words will come to me. Yes, and just that simple. That's how communication goes. But when you listen to someone truly, when they're speaking, make sure you listen. Don't listen to give them a reply. Make sure that you listen and understand what they're saying. Okay, understand what they're saying, and then make sure that you give them a reply based on what their needs are, based on what their words are. So you have to realize that in life, I've been giving to some people too much. Okay, and you have to realize that the thing is that the more I give them, the more they're not, let's say, as positive as they can be with me. And so the thing is that you have to realize that you only give to other people as much as they give to you. You understand? So if you give something, okay, and they don't give you anything back, just move on. Yeah. Don't start giving them more, okay, because you have to realize that they're not going to give you anything in return. And now you have to realize that the thing is that you don't expect them to give you anything in return. But what I'm saying is, if they give you level 10 love, then you give them level 10 love. You understand? So you have to realize that you give them as much as they can handle. You understand? You don't give them more than they can handle. You understand? But you can also give them more than they can handle. You understand? So you have to realize that in my life personally, I give people as much as they give me. So if they give me the best thing in life, I give them the best thing in life. If they give me shit things in life, I give them based on what they gave me. And now it doesn't mean that I treat them like shit. I don't treat people like shit. So if they treat me like shit, I make sure I don't treat them like shit. I make sure I give them what they deserve. You understand? I give them what they deserve. I don't give anything more than what they deserve. You understand? So you have to realize, if you treat me nice, I'll treat you nice. If you treat me like shit, I'll just make sure to remove you from my life, and that's it. That's what you deserve. I'll give you as much as you give me. You understand? So you have to realize something about my life, that I'm never around people who are violent. I'm never around drug addicts. I'm never around other people. Okay? And the reason for this is because the more you show up with other people, the less grateful they are about you. Have you ever realized that? That the more you are with other people, the less grateful they are about you. Do you know why? Because they have another 30 friends. They have another 30 friends that are so much better than you. Because that's what they think. Yeah? They think that there are certain people in their life who are more important than you in life. You understand? And because of that, I don't hang around with other people. You understand? Because they think that other people are more important than me in life. So for example, I found myself in a situation, okay? For example, let's say a guy has 3 brothers, okay? For example. And they have friends of friends, okay? And we're all at the party. And I felt that I was the least one there. Because other people were more important than me. You understand? That's how they were treating me. The other people were more important than me. You understand? So that's why I never hang around with other people. I never have a reason to hang around with other people. You understand? Because what are they going to do for me? You understand? Approach, the thing is that it's not what they're going to do for me. I do for them more than they do for me. And I do that online. I do that on social media. But they're not watching that. They still think that I'm the old person I was. They're still thinking that I'm that still same Danny that I was 10 years ago. You understand? They think I'm evil in some kind of way. They still think I'm a drug addict, that I'm doing bad things in life. You have to realize that I don't care what these people think about me, but you have to realize that I'm trying my best to do better for everything, so that I can live a life that's great, so I can live a great lifestyle for myself to be happy. You understand? Don't live a great lifestyle to have a great lifestyle. Live a great lifestyle so you can be happy. You understand? But be happy first before you live a great be happy first before you live a great lifestyle. Because happiness is for free. You understand? Happiness is something you create, okay? And it's totally for free to be happy. You understand? Never let anybody take away your happiness. Never be around angry people, because they're going to make you angry. Never be around people who are negative, because they're going to make you negative. They're always going to give you negative talk. You understand? And do you know what you do with negative talk in life? When people are talking negatively to you, you don't give them an answer. You don't talk to them back. Don't feed into their negativity. You understand? And the way people feed into negativity is they talk words back to those people. Don't talk words back to those people. Forget those people, man. They're not important to you. You understand? They're not as important to you as you are to yourself. You understand? You have to realize that in my life personally, I'm always going to be with myself. And if I can't be my own friend, then I can't be anyone else's friend. You understand? If I can't take care of myself, I can't take care of other people. If I can't speak words with myself, then I can't speak words with other people. So, depending on what I can do with myself, depends on what I can do with other people. So if I can help myself, I can help other people. If I can make music for myself, I can make music for other people. In a sense, so you have to realize that other people, they don't want you as successful as somebody who's more than successful than them. In a sense, so they don't want you more successful than them. you understand? You have to realize that, for example, let's say person A doesn't want person B as successful as person A. You understand? You have to realize, stay away from these people. Don't be around people who don't want to lift you. Don't be around people who don't want to be positive with you. Don't be around people who don't want to talk to you. You understand? Don't even send people content that don't want to talk to you. You understand? Don't even try for people who don't want to try for you. Don't lift a finger for people who don't want to lift a finger for you. You understand? Don't go where hate is. Don't go where violence is. Go where peace is. Go where kindness is. Go where generosity is. Go where people are helping people. You understand? Be around people who are smarter than you. Have you ever heard that before? You have to realize there are plenty of people out there who are smarter than you at something. But you are also smarter than other people in something. So you have to find what you're smart about and you have to give that to others. You understand? And the more you give something of your nature, the more you give your soul to other people, the more you give something that you created, the more people can see your passion, the more people can see how happy you are. And now you have to understand something, that love is annoying, okay? Love's so annoying that love can annoy you so much until you can't even bear it anymore. You understand? So love comes and goes in your life. You understand? You can't do anything but let go. You understand? You have to understand, you have to let go of love. You have to let go of everything. You understand? Because love will come into your life when you let go of it. Don't be searching for that one person that's going to complete you. Don't be searching for the person that's going to give you kids. Don't be searching for the one that's going to marry you. Forget all that. That's not important. You can live without kids. You can live without a spouse. You can live without a girlfriend and a boyfriend. You can live without your family. You don't need anybody in your life except for you and God. You understand? And when I say God, some people have this negative connotation to God. All I'm talking about when I say God is just a higher power, okay? All you need is you and a higher power in life. You don't need anything else, okay? You have to realize that you can do without everything. You understand? You can do without everything. And you have to realize that you can also do with yourself, and you have to realize that you can do anything in life, but you have to never do without yourself. Make sure you're always including yourself. Include yourself with everything that you do. Be there totally. Be 100% present with yourself and other people. Be 100% present in this world and understand that life is here for you. That life is here to help you to achieve your goals. That other people are guiding posts. People who are going to point you in a direction that you have to go. You have to realize that all the people from the past that I met, I don't hang out with them. Do you know why? Because I hang around with the smarter people. You understand? I hang around with people who are smarter than me. You understand? And I'm not saying that I'm smarter than these people, but I hang around with smarter people. That's all I do. You understand? I do nothing else, but I go where the room is so smart. You understand? And I make sure that I'm learning from these people, that I'm trying to benefit myself to live a great life for myself, so that I can show people how great life can be. You understand? I'm not here to show how great I can be. I'm here to show how great life can be. And now I understand that my life is great. Okay, I'm a great person. I'm a great individual. But the point is that I want to show people something more than Danny Milivojevic. I don't want people to say, hey, Danny Milivojevic is great. Okay? Yes, I want people to say that. Okay, I want people to say Danny Milivojevic is great. But that's not the end all be all. You understand? That's not something that's going to inspire you if you call me great. You understand? I promise you, once you call me great, then what's that going to do for you? I promise you, what happens is I'd love for people to say, hey, Danny helped to inspire me in this kind of way, in this kind of way, in this kind of way, and in this kind of way. You know what I'm saying? Not because I'm great, not because I'm worse, not because I'm good, but because I'm somebody who's helping. Because I'm somebody who's helping in some kind of way. So you have to realize that no matter what happens in your life, it all starts from you. It starts from the person you are. It starts from something that you're doing. You understand? Something that you want to become, something that you want to feel in your life, that you want to express your nature, that you want to express the person you are. You understand? You want to express that individual who's in your core, that somebody is you. You understand? You want to express yourself, because the only way you express yourself is through the word you speak. You understand? There's no other way to express yourself except for the word you speak. Do you know why people became photographers? Because they said to themselves, I want to be a photographer. They said the words of that. Do you know why people are music producers? Because they say, I love music, I want to produce music. That's why, because they started with the words. They said the words. Do you know why I'm a life coach? Personally, I said I want to be a life coach. In a sense, so do you know why other people have kids? Because they said in their life, they said the words, I want to have kids. Do you know why people have only 2 kids in life? Because they said to themselves, I want to have 2 kids. You understand? So what you speak with your words is what you become. And what you speak with your words is what you achieve. My friend, for example, that I used to work for, he wrote down on a piece of paper, he wants a house and he wants a swimming pool in the backyard. 30 years later, he achieved it. Do you know why? Because he wrote it down. And he told me this with his words. He said, 30 years ago, I wrote on a piece of paper, I want a 2-story house with a pool in the backyard, with a wife and kids. And he achieved it because he wrote it down. He spoke the words of it. You understand? He spoke those words and he said, I want 2 kids, I want a house, I want a 2-story house, I want a swimming pool in the backyard, and I want a wife. And he got that, yeah? So what you speak with your words is what you achieve. So you have to realize that the bigger your words, the bigger your life. The better your words, the better your life. So it's up to you now. What are you going to do with your life? Are you going to start speaking words, or are you going to crawl back into a shell? You understand? You can't be in a shell all your life. You can't be closed off. You have to be open. You have to be open to everything. You understand? You have to open up your mindset. That's what I'm saying, guys, that no matter what happens in your life, be as much as you can be. Try to actually speak words for a living. Try to speak so many words. Try to actually give as much words as you can in a helping way. You understand? To help yourself, but also to help other people. Because when you speak a lot of words, you start to make more common sense. You start to actually see your path. You start to actually see exactly how smart you are. You can only ever see how smart you are by the words you're speaking. You understand? And how you speak your words is how you feel. So how I've been speaking these words in this audio program is how I've been feeling. I've been expressing my feelings. I've been expressing myself, because I have nowhere else to express myself other than inside materials that I can create for other people, that I can create for myself. I never exclude myself from the conversation. You understand? You have to realize that when the conversation is about me, I want to be included in that conversation. You understand? Like, for example, if you're going to talk about me, then talk positively about me. Because if you're talking negative about me, then what does that say about you? You understand? So you have to realize what you talk about with other people, you don't talk about people with other people. You talk about everything that's going to be something that's beneficial for your life. You understand? Don't talk about gibberish. Okay? Don't talk about something that people won't understand. Talk about something that you understand. So if you understand what everything is, then you have to speak all that. You understand? You have to understand that I don't understand anything about life, but here I am making common sense. And because I make common sense around my life, and because I make common sense around everything, I'm trying my best. You understand? I'm trying my best to do something that's positive, to do something that I've never done before, to make sure that I can move ahead in my life, so that I can have a great mindset, so I can be around better people, so I can have much more in my life. You understand? Because that's why I'm speaking words. Because I want to have more than enough in my life. I want to make sure that I can say at the end of my life, I did the most I could. You understand? I understand it's much more like how it is. You understand? I don't want to be negative. I don't want to be someone who's dragging people down. I want to make sure that I'm lifting people all the time. That I'm lifting people through music, that I'm lifting people through words. And that's my life. My life is music and words. That's all my life is. And that's all I ever need to be. You understand? Is words and music. You understand? So you have to realize every single day I'm always trying to do the most I can. Because when I do the most I can, I feel accomplished. I feel I've done something. I feel that I didn't waste time. You understand? I don't want to be wasting time. You understand? I want to be productive. I want to be creative. I want to be happy. And the best way for me to be happy is to start creating something. Like this audio program, for example, has made me happy. Do you know why it's made me happy? Because I found something that I never found before. I learned something that I never learned before. I learned how to speak much better language. I learned how to speak in a different sentence. I learned how to speak in different sequences. I learned how to talk to myself and other people in a different way that I've never thought of before. I found out also how smart I am in this audio program, and I also found out how much more confident I am about my subject. So the more I speak words like this, just to help people, the more I find exactly what I want to talk about, and the more I talk about it. I just talk about something that's really beneficial for everybody to talk about, but also for everybody to have a listen and to have one of those nice and beautiful moments with me, but also to make sure that they are helping themselves in some kind of way through me. You understand? So you have to realize that no matter what happens, no matter what happens in your life, people are always going to come up to you for something. They're going to come up to you for something, and you have to be able to give them something. You understand? That's the thing. If you got nothing to give them, then they don't see value in you anymore. They don't see value in people who got nothing to give them. So people go up to other people because of the value that they provide. So some women go for men who have a house because they have shelter, they have free accommodation. You understand? So you have to realize, because these women have free accommodation, then guess what? They're with that man because they got the money. You understand? Because they got the money and they got the shelter to provide for the woman. You understand? So you have to realize that it's just like that kind of life, you know? You have to understand that no matter what, that people work for a reason. You understand? Prostitutes have sex with other people because they get money from it, okay? First of all. But other women who are prostitutes like it for the sex. They like it for the sex and the money. You understand? Some prostitutes are miserable because of that. You understand? They're miserable that they're having sex, but the money for them is good. You understand? So you have to realize that no matter what, find the good things in life and find the bad things, but stay away from the bad things. Stay away from everything that's bad for you. You understand? People can be bad for you. You understand? Some people are very toxic. You have to be around people who are growing. You understand? People who are taking care of themselves. People who have a great mindset. You understand? People who can understand you. People who can communicate with you in an authentic way, not in a sarcastic way. You understand? So never be around people who are so sarcastic with you, like they're giving you comments that's a smart way to talk, but it's also sarcastic, like they don't mean it. You understand? Don't be around those people. Be around yourself the most and be positive. You understand? That's all you have to do if you want a great life. Be around yourself the most and be as positive as you can. Do you understand? Because that way you're at least going to be happy.